Hi everyone, welcome back to Fight to Inhale. I'm recording this on March 29th, 2019, the day after my trip to Stanford to see my endocrinologist. One thing I should point out, try to find something, especially if your specialists are really far away, like for us it's about a 4-hour drive. So try to at least have something to look forward to. Usually, my husband and I will stop for Filipino food on the way home because we really don't have a decent place locally. um, and when I say locally, I'm saying within about a 45-minute drive. There's just not a decent place. You have to go a lot further than that. But on our way home, there's a really nice little place called Sisig outside of Fairfield, and they have awesome Filipino food. And no, they didn't ask me to mention them. I'm just giving them a shout out because they're awesome. But this time we kind of chose not to go see them because on Thursdays, Stanford has lamb burgers. And I'm sorry for any of you who are vegetarian. I like my meat, so it's kind of how it is. And the last few years, the lamb burgers were served with the tzatziki sauce, which was awesome. Like, I looked forward to that every time I visited. And now they changed up their sauce, but the burgers are still really great. And then my husband and I had a side of roasted potatoes, and they were perfect. So, and we don't usually eat at the cafe at the hospital very often when it gets pretty crowded, and germs, and sometimes it's a long wait. But the burgers are worth it. So kind of, little tip if you're ever having to go out to Stanford for anything, try to schedule it for a Thursday. Because that's the only day they serve those burgers. Then on our way home, we decided we wanted to figure out what all the hype was about when it comes to Chick-Fil-A. Again, there isn't one near us. I honestly think there isn't one near us for about 2 hours worth of driving. So on our way home, we decided to stop by one just to find out why, people like it so much. And I can honestly say it was really good. We both got the chicken sandwiches. My husband got spicy, and I got regular with American cheese, because come on. And then we got chicken nuggets, and I love chicken nuggets, and those were some of the best chicken nuggets I've had. Their barbecue sauce was a little sweet, so if we ever go by again, I'll try a different sauce. But the nuggets alone were really good, and the sandwiches were good. So, 2 for 2. So that kind of goes down on our list of another place to stop by when we're going all the way to Stanford for appointments, which happens fairly frequently. So that was, I'm actually wearing my ring finger on my pinky because my hands are swollen today. I can't win with that. I'll swell up at night, usually at night, and then during the day my fingers are really skinny, but it could be with all the driving and not much motion yesterday. I'm dealing with, some extra fluids. So, but those things kind of make our trips a little better, especially with all the traffic we have to deal with, and luckily the timing for my endocrinology appointment was in the afternoon, so we were able to avoid the morning traffic, but we couldn't avoid the night traffic. So it took us, we didn't get home until after 11 o'clock last night, so it's kind of a long time to be on the road. And not even kidding, we had to actually pull to one point. We just pulled over to a Costco and stretch our legs, and because my knees were getting cramped up. Because my husband was driving a stick shift, so he was getting tired with all the stop and go, so we needed to just stop and stretch our legs and all the fun stuff. And what better place than a Costco? Did get a really good trail mix there. But let's see. So the appointment went well. My sugars have been staying under pretty good control. I did have a few highs last week, but I expected that since I wasn't feeling so great, and when I don't feel well, my sugars respond accordingly. So I don't win on either of those fronts, it seems. She did change the dosage for my long-acting insulin, so instead of doing a shot in the morning and a shot in the evening, I'm just doing a shot in the morning. So for me, that's great. That's one less shot to give myself. And she's putting in to see if I can get either the Dexcom or the Libre. And so that'll be kind of exciting and different. It'd be kind of nice not constantly having to check my sugars, but at the same time, noticing when my sugars start creeping up or when they start going down. So that would be really cool, especially with working out, walking, hiking. It'd be nice to just be able to continue instead of stopping and checking and stopping and checking. So, which is what I do kind of regularly just to make sure. So I'm looking forward to that. So here's hoping that insurance covers it all, because that is probably one of the most annoying parts of having cystic fibrosis. Because we want to feel better, we want to do what it takes to feel better most of the time. There are times when we're just completely fried, just we're human. But it all comes down to what our insurance is willing to pay for. Sometimes they're willing to pay for that really cool device that's had great results in studies, and sometimes they don't want to pay for anything, which is really frustrating because there are some great treatments out there, but it's a matter of whether or not you can get it covered. And I've played this game before. It's when I was a kid, trying to get Pulmozyme. It took a long time, and I know it took well over 6 months. I think it took a year just to finally convince my insurance that I needed to have it, and which is really, really exhausting, I should point out. I even spent, last year, basically a little over a year trying to get my insurance to cover my Toby, the pod inhaler, because they didn't want to. That's the best way. They have like a list of drugs they'll approve or in what for and yada yada, and getting them to okay payment was a nightmare. And it's not fun. It's not a fun game when you're wanting to either get yourself to a healthy point or stay as healthy as you can be. Insurance is just kind of a nightmare because your doctor will be like, well, you need this, and insurance is like, well, we don't want to pay for it, and we decide it's not medically necessary. And what do? You can't just shell out that money every time. There's a good example is right now it is allergy season, and with everything blooming around where I live, it's okay. But when I go to one of the larger towns to do all my shopping, there's something in bloom that my system doesn't like. My eyes itch. I want to just gouge them out. The back of my throat will start tickling and getting really itchy. Not great. And the allergy medication that my doctor's prescribed is almost $300 a month, and my insurance thinks that it's not needed. So a lot of times I do end up having to just Benadryl it up because we can't afford that out of pocket. It's just, it kind of sucks, but my anti-rejection meds and stuff are a little more important if we have to pay out of pocket. So that's not fun. And then there's stuff we have to pay out of pocket for my husband because, insurance won't cover some of the things that he needs. It's like I said, it's just not fun. We rather just our doctors be able to be like, hey, this is what you need, and our insurance is like, hey, we'll take care of that because that's what you signed on for. So it is a bit of a nightmare. But anyways, we're waiting, so I get to wait and see which one, if either, my insurance agrees to, which, like I said, it'd be really nice. Because my biggest problem is not my highs so much, but my lows. Because I usually don't start showing any symptoms until, first symptoms are usually in my 70s. It's, this funny feeling in my stomach. And then if I don't take care of it then, the next symptom is, the shakes, but I don't get those till I'm in my 50s. So not a really good time there. High blood sugars, I know right away. My water tastes like somebody dumped sugar in it. It's kind of a weird thing, and I think it's my body just saying it can't handle anything semi even remotely interpreted as sweet, which water is neutral, so I don't even try anything else that has sugar in it. But like I said, my sugars have been under control. My A1C was good. My weight's good, which we can see here. I actually have to say, thanks to prednisone, this is what happens. Sometimes I kind of wonder what it would look like without it. Which I actually do know. I have some pictures from when I didn't have to take prednisone, and it was pretty cool. Except for the whole not being able to breathe part. That, not so cool. So that was pretty much it. Oh, and she wants, I had my DEXA scan taken, so I have to, which is a bone density test for those who don't know. So I have to get the results to her, because I've been having issues with pain in my hips, which isn't fun. And looking at the results when they were sent to me, it looks like there's some reduced bone density there. So yeah, it'll be one of those great things that happens when we're trying to, well, it's one of those great things to try to fix. So right now I already take Boniva once a month, and I take quite a bit of vitamin D, and I get a lot of calcium in my diet. So trying to take care of that. She said that she wants to take a look, make sure it's not anything else, trying to mask itself, and go from there. Might end up, obviously, having to go back to some injections and giving myself injections to actually help rebuild bone. But if it helps with the hip pain, I would be really, really thrilled. And those that know me, sorry about that. Those that probably know me know that I hate needles, so giving myself an injection isn't the most positive thing, but I'm basically willing to do it if it takes away my hip pain, so that'll be kind of nice. So like I said, it all actually went fairly well. So I've had some really bad appointments in the past, so this was really a good one. Except for, trying to get out of the traffic to get home, which was not so fun. And then today, just trying to do a lot of catching up, trying to get some tutoring out of the way, trying, all of that. So that's why a lot of the time you see me kind of slightly dressed professionally. It's because I am tutoring that day. So gotta kind of look okay. But I think I found a pretty decent way to style that makes parents happy and the kids happy, so that's always a win. Unfortunately, my good old tea kettle kicked the bucket today. I'm pretty sad. I use my tea kettle every single stinking day, and I really liked this one. It had a nice little gooseneck handle, and I put it on the stove to heat up some water, and I completely forgot when I was trying to get things ready for tutoring, and it kind of, my lovely little spout fell off, so that made me pretty sad. And this black stuff used to be the handle for the lid, which now is completely melted, so I'm going to be looking for a new one. Like I said, that was my fault, which kind of sucked because I really like it. And I've had it for just over 3 years, and yeah, we use it almost every single day. So especially in the wintertime, I use it multiple times, and I'm a little sad that now I have to go find a new tea kettle. And there's just something about, heating it up on a stove instead of putting it in the microwave. So, and during when I'm making jams and stuff, it's really helpful when I need to add water, but I want it to be boiling, so I don't need to be trying to wait for water to get back to the same temperature. just all those good things. So if any of you have any recommendations for a good tea kettle, let me know. Yeah, that's basically all I can say about that poor thing. And then, yeah, so again, like I said, if you have any questions or ideas of what you would like to see on here, let me know. And also, please, like my video and please hit the subscribe button. That would be awesome and really cool for me. Anyways, and you'll get to be notified right away when more of my videos pop up. So that's great for you too. So anyways, I will hopefully you guys enjoy your weekend and we'll be back here next week. So bye.